The Evo Tyrannosaurs from Paleo ARK is probably the best Rex TLC I've ever seen. Today we're gonna tame, breed and mutate some max levels that we can then use against the Alpha Overseer in another episode. Let's start right away with taming some high level Evo Rexes. Alright, there we have it, an Evo T-Rex or Tyrannosaurus level 145. I'm looking around what we can kill to drag to it. Maybe just try here. There are some raptors over here. Let's quickly take care of those. Not that they eat our trike or try and eat us, of course. There we go. And yeah, I have all four things that he likes to eat in my inventory, so therefore we should be good. There we go. Let's get off our pyromane. Oh, okay, never mind. We need to find something else to kill. But first I should probably put him to passive. There we go. Wait, why does he have the trust meter? Wait, wait! I paused my recording because I was like, well, I need to pause it quickly. I need to find something I can kill. What I did is just kill a Bronto in front of him with our shotgun. And he ate it. And we gained the trust meter. I thought we have to like drag the creature to him, you know? That's why I had to make a recording pause. There's like no trike, you know, nothing I could drag here. I can't drag a Bronto, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, yeah, let me pause and let me find a trike or maybe a turtle or a Therizino maybe, you know? And the Brontos were here. I was like, let's get him out of the way, and killed it, and then he ate it. And yeah, now his trust meter was fully up. And now we have to kill this Bronto. We sadly have no damage numbers as of right now because we're still in the taming process. Let's do a stomp here to finish it. There we go. 99.2. Okay, we need... Can't we just kill like this Parasaur and call it a day? No, okay, so we need to kill the target he gives us. Let's just keep fighting, I guess. This one is only level 20, thankfully, so it won't take that long. Let's do a stomp here. Yeah, stomp definitely does more damage. There we go, and one more stomp. Perfect. All right, I'll just call her 145 so we know which one is which for the moment. And we actually also need a saddle. Let's quickly get that done and test her out a bit. And there we have it, our Evo Tyrannosaurus level 145. Let's take a quick look at its stats. 43 health, 40 stamina, 37 melee. All right, nothing that special, very like balanced, very mediocre. But let's still take a look at what kind of damage we can deal. I see there's a Parasaur back there. I won't attack the Stegos because they take reduced damage. Certain parts of their body. 244, okay, that's very good for just normal bite attack, I feel like. And it's even, you know, only has 37 points into melee, so that's kind of good. Let's do a stomp here. 500. And how fast can we like spam those? So like 4 or 5 seconds, I feel like. That's incredible. 500 damage with his stomp. Yeah, mutated Evo Rex might even be better than the than our mutated Acrocanthosaurus that we have as well from a couple of episodes ago. All right, now let's level 1 point into melee and see how much that changes the damage of the stomp. 523. What was it before? 510, something like that, I believe. Pretty good. And health, we have 10,560. 1 point, 11,130. Also very good. We have lots of stuff around us. Let's do a quick stomp. Here we go. Oh yeah, and I believe I didn't actually have to feed or pet the Evo Rex here, you know, after he ate the Bronto. Because I believe the Bronto was just high enough of a drag weight that the trust meter got up to 100% instantly. So if I would have brought him a trike, I would have probably needed to feed him with the 4 resource options that we have in our inventory, or pet him that we can then repeat the process, right? But because the trust meter was instantly on 100%, we could just pop on. Alright, then if we look back in the tag, we do this head swing, which does a lot of damage as well. Or we don't even have to look back, we just have to look on the sides a bit, I believe. Let's test it out here on the Diplo and the Bronto. So let's look to the side, if I could get in a good position like that. Okay, yeah, no, it is when you look on the sides, just do a normal attack. He does the head swing, so that's great. And then if we look back and do a right click, which is basically the stomp, we kind of do like a tail swipe. Oh, okay, he does it twice. That's amazing. So yeah, a lot more variety with, you know, the Evo Rex compared to the normal Rex that is an ARK. And yeah, lots of different attacks. The roar is amazing. The looks are also extremely good. So hats off to the team behind it. Obviously, all the mods are linked in the description down below. Oh yeah, and one last point, it can actually turn in place. And on the right hand side, you see all the keybinds. It says toggle turn in place is left shift and spacebar. However, for me, it is actually control and spacebar. I guess that's because I reassigned my keybinds. But yeah, let's go ahead, look for some more Evo Tyrannosaurus, tame them up, and then do some breeding. All right, down there is a male level 150 Tyrannosaurus. And right here we have a dead Archie. So let's drag it down there. And since, you know, the Archie isn't the Bronto that we killed last time, it will probably take a couple of feedings until the Rex trusts us, if you know what I mean. And now, yeah, I assume we also need the 4 possible resources in our inventory, right? To feed him or pet him. Depends on whatever he wants. So let me quickly get all the way down there. And then, yeah, we can check it out. There we go. All right. Now there should be a trust meter. Yep, wants more fresh meat. So does that mean more feedings and not from our inventory? I believe. Because I believe if it wants something from our inventory, it would say, don't move. And then the T-Rex would approach us. At least that's what I think. So let's get this Parasaur down here. And let's drag it all the way back up to the T-Rex. There we go, it roars again. Sees that we have some fresh meat for it. There we go. Will the trust meter go up? I guess so. Yep. Okay, wants more fresh meat, so I guess we'll need to get another dinosaur. I believe those small, like, lustros here, they're just not going to do it. I believe the drag weight needs to be over 150. Let me just quickly see if I can find anything else. Alright, back there's a Phiomia. I believe that should do. So let's quickly get that. Alright, bringing the Phiomia to the Tyrannosaurus. There we go, he's roaring. Let's stand still. He should come to us. There we go. You actually missed there. You should try again. There we go. Will the trust meter go up? And yes, okay. Wants more fresh meat. Alright. Alright, there we go. We have a Parasaur here. Just for you, a little gift. Yeah, he's always like a couple meters too short. There we go. Is the trust meter gonna be full? Let's see. Yes, okay, perfect. Let's get on top of him. And what do you want me to kill? Diplodocus. Alright, let's go kill that Diplo. And yeah, once again, I'm not sure why it's not asking for the kibble or for pets or the raw meat, raw prime meat, raw mutton, you know. I really don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it's just random if he wants dead creatures dragged to him or something from our inventory. I'm really not sure. So we got the Diplo. Let's go to the other Diplo he wants. Alright, level 150 Diplo is dead. And we tamed our 150 and took a lot of fall damage. Alright, let's put him in the Dino Ball and check out his stats. So this is a male, so we can actually go to breeding. No, we can't because the stats are horrible. 51 oxygen, 38 health, 33 stamina, 29 weight, 38 melee. Yeah, that's just horrible. So I'll keep looking for some Evo Tyrannosaurs to tame up, hopefully get some good stats. And yeah, I'll bring you back once we have that done. Alright, after a while we are back. Those are the highest stat points that we have. So 44 points into health, 45 into stamina, 48 points into weight, and 51 points into melee damage. And as you can see here, this is a level 261. It is a legacy Tyrannosaurus. So we tamed it when it was at level 174, even though max level in our world here is 150. That's because it's a legacy Tyrannosaurus, it can be a higher level. Yeah, those here, the other 12s are just mediocre ones that I've tamed that just didn't have a good stat point, you know. And yeah, as you can see, we have 4 females here, so I'm just gonna need a male, and we'll now, I don't know, let's mate the male with the health female and try and get a male one with that high health point. And once we have that, we will obviously then combine all the highest stats together. So let me quickly go ahead and do that. So after a while, this is now our perfect stats female with over 10,700 health, 2300 stamina, 980 weight, and 425 melee damage. And now here, what I'm throwing out are also just perfect females. You know, they all have the level 274. And as you can see, they're also all legacy Tyrannosaurus, obviously, since the melee stat that we've taken is from the legacy Tyrannosaurus that we've tamed. So yeah, that makes sense. Let me just throw them all out, and then we should have a total of 16. Oops, didn't mean to throw that one out. 16 perfect females that will now grow up, and once they're ready, we will breed them with the perfect male, and then yeah, we can go for some mutations. But while the female ones are growing up, we will quickly check out the damage on this perfect male now, so we can see what's kind of like the baseline damage of our non-mutated version. So, Iguanodon, Terrorbird, let's do a normal bite here. 303 each, that's good. Let's do a stamp of the Parasaur, 638. That is very impressive, the stamp. Then what else we have? We have the head swing. Let me quickly lock it in place for that. 600 for the head swing. That's incredible. That's almost as much as the stomp. Let's do it again on the Diplo here. Yeah, 600. Okay, pretty good. Oh yeah, wait. I believe it even does extra damage to herbivores. We'll check that out in a second. And then let's also do the tail swing. There we go. Yeah, 600 each. That is... Wait, so that's better than the stomp because it does it twice, right? Now let's attack the Ceratosaurus. Yeah, 263. So we do reduce damage to carnivores. Or at least for the bite, it looks like, because the stomp damage there was the same. Let's do the tail damage. I can't. I'm getting very weak. There we go. 527. Was that for the Ceratosaurus? Okay, so I guess for some attacks we actually do less damage to carnivores. Or I should probably say more damage to herbivores. That's more accurate. But yeah, very good to know. Seems very strong with our new base stats. And I'd say I'll wait for those 15 babies to grow up, and then we can go ahead and do some mutations. So we're here on our flat map where we test out the colors, and here I have a cyan blue, a dark blue here at the top with a white belly, Tyrannosaurus color combination. I like it, although it's not really my favorite. Then next up, I've tested out like a beige and dark green one, which I do kind of like, but I understand it's just nothing special. I do like the combination a lot, and I do love both colors, but it's just, you know, doesn't stand out that much. And then I have a purple and blue color combination, once again with a white belly and a purple top, or a dark purple, I guess. This one I like the most. So yeah, I'll go for this color combination. And I've obviously tested out lots of more color combinations, but yeah, those are the ones I like the most, and those are the colors that we already got just from the stat mutations, you know. So yeah, let's go back to the island map, combine the colors from this version right here, and then combine the colors with the stat mutations. And here we have it, our finished legacy Tyrannosaurus called Tysara, and yeah, saddle painted as well. I am very happy with the colors, and let's quickly check it out stats wise. So 21 mutations into health, just so I could get exactly over 20,000 health, and now we're on 24,000 health since I've also done de-imprinting. Then 5 mutations into stamina, we're now at 2,700 stamina. 4 mutations into weight, so we're now at 1,200 weight, and 20 mutations into melee damage, so we're almost at 800%. Here's the ancestry in case you want to take a look at it. Obviously a big mix of just stat mutations and then also color mutations. And yeah, I'd say let's go and test her out. We did not level anything, and I have no idea what kind of damage we do here. Let's just see. There's a Parasaur right here. Is that one mate boosted? No, it is not. 700 per bite. I'm happy with that, I believe. Let's do a stomp here. The Phiomia is mate boosted. 1,500 there, 1,000 to the Phiomia that was mate boosted. We do more damage to herbivores, let's keep that in mind. So let's check out this Bronto, 491. Is he mate boosted? Yeah, Bronto is mate boosted and max level. Let's quickly get him out of the way so we can test out the damage. But 1,500 with the... Oh yeah, now it's not mate boosted anymore. Alright, 733 bite damage to herbivores and 1,500 with the stomp. That's some great damage, I'd say. And now let's find a carnivore and check out our damage there as well. Alright, there's an acro here that is not mate boosted, which is perfect. Let's test out our attacks here. Let's do a normal bite, 637. And then a stomp, also 1,500. Oh, only the bite is affected by the, if it's a carnivore or a herbivore. Alright, good to know, good to know. And then, yeah, we obviously also have the tail swipe. Let's quickly do that. For that, we need to lock our Tyrannosaurs. 1,275, that is amazing. And then we also have our head swing. Let's do that as well, if we can find something. I guess the galley sadly has to take that. 1,400, almost as much as a stomp. Incredible. And then last but not least, if we can find something on the smaller side. Is that a Megaloceros up there? Yeah, let's go and get that and do the grab. There we go. And now we have the Megaloceros in our mouth. Now if I press right click, it should just maul it. Let's see. There we go. 599 damage. Interesting. But that's obviously just for smaller creatures. You know, you can't do that to a Rex or a bigger creature like a Stego. I'd say is too big. There's a Parasaur right there. Let's quickly try it with the Parasaur. There we go. We have it in our jaw. And now let's maul it. And dead. There we go. Alright, let's see if we level up 1 point into health. We're currently at 24,023. And now we're at 25,321, of course. That's 1,000, almost 1,300, which is quite insane. And the level increase is default. I didn't change any settings when it comes to that. And now if we attack this non-mate boosted Bronto, 733 damage. We level 1 point into melee. There we go. And attack it again. Let's see by how much that increased. Oh, now they are mate boosted. Alright, let's quickly get rid of this one here. Then we can attack the other one. So we were at 733, 746. That's a decent increase, I'd say. So I have to admit, I'm very happy with this mutation. The colors, the stats obviously as well. Seems very strong. And yeah, I have an entire army of these guys, all imprinted already, just not leveled, of course. So I'd say the next The Island episode is probably going to be the Alpha Overseer, in which I probably use some of those Rexes, but maybe also some Pyromanes for when it transforms into the dragon form. But yeah, that's for next time. So, thanks a lot for being here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments what you think of our mutated Tyrannosaurus here. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one as well. Have a nice day.